If you don't know what a plane is a flat surface, at least in mathematics. So this is a flat surface, and it has coordinates. Numbers here and numbers here. This is the horizontal axis. It goes across. This is the vertical axis. It goes up and down. And what we're going to be doing is just basically, they're called plotting points. You put a point, 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 put a point. You're just putting points all over the place, people. Now, I look at these points, and I notice that there's a bunch of numbers going across, a bunch of numbers going up and down, but how do I label what this point is? Like, what would I call this point right here? We got 11 and 6. Somebody else said 6 and 11. So now the thing is, now we're confused because it could mean two different things. Because we have an 11 and a 6 right here. Because this goes to this point is at 11. This point's at 6. But what if I had this guy right here? This is also at a 6 and 11. There's a 6, and there's an 11. So which one goes first? Which one goes second? Yeah, if you think about reading, when you read from left to right. So let's just start going on the line that goes from left to right. That's one way to think about that. So let's just, that's just like a reference as to why we use this first. We're just so used to moving left and right in everyday life, so we'll just use this line first. So when it comes to this point, we'll go to the 6 and then move our way up to the 11. So this point is at 6, comma 11. This point right here, you went 11 and then up 6, so we'll call that one 11, comma 6. So I hope you wrote down maybe some reasons why we would use this number first. Now when it comes to labeling these things, since we're using this first, we want to just name it. We don't want to just call it horizontal axis. So we'll just use some math people are just very lazy. They like to make things nice and simple. And they like the letter X, so they just call this guy the x-axis. And since this is the second one we'll use, what comes after X? Y. Because I want to know. So just realize X goes first, Y goes next. So if I were to label these other points, what about this guy here? What would I call this guy? Negative 6? 9. Who said a dot? Negative 6, 9. How about this point right here? Negative 8, negative 5. Pretty simple. Negative 8, negative 5. Now what about this one right here? If we're starting at this, we always start from this point right here. And am I going across at all to get to this point? Nope. So we just say, since we're not going across, we just call that 0. We're not going across anywhere. And then we went down negative 6. Which means this guy right here, what do I call that point? I had to move across to the left 3, negative 3. But I didn't go up or down, so I put down 0. So we're getting the idea of labeling, and I'm running out of black marker. What about this point right here at the very middle?
0, 0.
We call that 0, 0 because we didn't go anywhere left or right. We didn't go anywhere up or down. 0, 0. I'm running out of pink too. There's another name we call that. We just call that the origin. Origin, like X-Men Origins. That's where we begin. Anytime we label a point, like if I want to figure out that point, we're going to start there. That is our origin. And then we go across to 9, to 10, and down to negative 5. This is the first lesson coming back from Thanksgiving break. We are obviously very excited to be back. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you would like to watch some other lessons, try one of these guys here.
Photoshop a smile on your face.